This may have happened centuries ago, to strangers who told a different tale of pestilence and calamity, on a scale thought unthinkable, then just as now. The April sun rose darker than a crow, and wind out of the east stirred up a gale that blew out lives like candles. Surreal. The song is ancient, tone and tremolo. Listen to me, you stars and daffodils. You are my last and only audience. My voice under the sky against the hills ricochets as it seeks true sound and sense in a world gone mad. My worn heart fills with anguish for our blighted innocence.
The restaurants, bars, and barbers are shut down. Theater, stadium, and concert hall are dark and vacant. An ominous pall has settled upon the country and the town. The tightrope walker and the circus clown wilt in quarantine. Schools and colleges all are closed, and the learning is virtual. The bride is virtual. So is the wedding gown. The flight is cancelled. Train stalled in the station, and everyone in public wears a mask, not just the bandit, the nurse and surgeon. You will not see the stranger's face, don't ask. Things will be done remotely. Remotely done in a virtual world that takes real life to task.
As when a fire spreads so violently the citizens in despair give up the fight to put it out, so with the plague, the sight of such unflagging and virulent fury made people sit and stare hypnotically at one another, abandoned to their plight. Streets were desolated, day and night, not shut down by law, but eerily empty. Doors stood ajar. Windows shook in the wind in houses where no hand was left to shut them. So many funerals, no one to toll the bell, no one to make coffins for kin, or bind the winding sheets for corpses, no requiem mass for the mass of souls. A cold farewell.
Suppose the time had come for me to die, and death had picked the hour, if not the cause. Headache struck, high fever, and the jaws of double pneumonia wrung my lungs awry. You might call the ambulance. And I would be kidnapped by men in masks because of this pandemic and the civil laws that spare no time for lovers to say goodbye. No room in the emergency room for friends, sons or daughters, husbands and wives, no space in intensive care for the comfort of holding hands or beholding once and for all a beloved face. For you and me, this may be the way it ends. Each of us dying alone in a strange place.
There is a carnival of daffodils pitched here, all the gold you might desire, juggling, telling fortunes, eating fire, and helping me forget the winter chills. The mountebank has cures for many ills, but none for this novel virus. A liar by trade and calling, he would not dare pretend to treat this scourge that lurks and kills. The clowns who run our government, the gypsies who hawk snake oil and tally up the cost and wages of keeping social distance, cry the cure must not be worse than the disease, weighing the dollars per day against lives lost. What good is gold to those condemned to die?
This new virus does not care for our children. Or rather, it cares so much it prefers to dine on meat closer to the bone, and red wine aged in veins of a sated generation. And it loves women not half as much as men. Graybeards, the miser, tycoon, and libertine, gluttons grown fat on crude oil and gasoline, made rich by war and smoke and heroin. Meanwhile, debt-ridden workers in their prime, embittered by the corporate avarice that dooms both rich and poor to lives of crime, see logic in the diet, if not justice. Beware. Our plague is shifty, and next time may come for children and leave old men in peace.
I bring you bay and barley, I bring rue, bay leaves in an amulet to fight contagion, and rue, the herb of grace that saps poison, for magic might, when science falters, do. One man's science is another man's voodoo, when panic rules and faith abandons reason. It snows in June, the lark sings out of season, time mocks me, and all I thought I knew. The bells echo, the church and mosque are empty, as bodies and souls line up for Judgment Day. Who shall live and who shall pass away? What hymn shall we sing and what words pray? Meanwhile, in fond hope and humility, I bring you rue, the barley and the bay.
I saw Notre Dame burning, the sheer spire a blinding torch, and knew it was a portent. She had been radiant, kind, and vigilant in times of war and plague. Altar and choir witnessed 1,000 weddings before the fire, caskets and coronations, sinner and saint in confession and worship, priest and suppliant, the pageant of every penance and desire. One stray spark, and 1,000 years of grace ingrained in timbers, stained glass, and hewn stone went up in smoke. Our Lady's long-suffering face and heart that was wide enough to guard everyone fled to heaven from this ruined place. The church is empty. We are on our own.
Flowers glow in darkness before the dawn, and I'm up now to make the most of this day. I'm old and know I cannot stay here with you long before fate waves me on. Old memories come to mind and steal away as light-footed as the doe and spotted fawn. A thief has stolen hours I need to pay family and friends I've loved and known. There was never time enough. Now there is less than there would have been if we were free of this pestilence. A thief whose ruthlessness spares neither beauty, honor, nor loyalty, nor age in its white-haired, valiant helplessness. Love, if you have the heart, what is left of me.
Shakespeare is dead, and so is the Dead Sea. There is a time and place for everything. Lincoln is dead, his horse, and Warren Harding. Caesar and Marilyn and John Kennedy have joined the chorus, Elvis and Otis Redding. The king is dead also, long live the king. Maybe the hour has come for you and me. My parents are dead, and many of my friends have paid the debt, checked out, gone to glory. There are few beginnings left me, no end of ends. The song is simple, and I sing it simply. There is time to sing and time to bow to silence. Maybe the hour has come for you and me.